Start videotaping.
You want your blanket to be about whatever this is. What's that? About 3 feet wide.
Yeah, she got it.
About 3 feet wide. And then you're going to do a tight roll. The tighter the roll, the better. Tight roll, long life. And you get better resistance. It's best if you do both legs. Balance the body that way. Okay. I'm going to demonstrate on my right leg, so I'm putting my left leg out here. Make sure your opposite leg is out to the side, and get something under the knee that protects that knee out there. You don't have to worry about that leg. And you're going to get the leg that you're working on so it lines up with your hip socket. And you're going to start with the longest edge toward the longest part of that blanket towards your leg, because you want to get narrower as you go up. And you're going to start right here with your ankle, and this is just to make the communication between your foot and your hip and what's going on there. It's not a muscle relaxer. And you just do this part for a minute. Make sure your back is supported against the wall, and just hang out. And it's washing on, washing off, or putting on the chalkboard and wiping off the chalkboard, they say. And this helps correct issues as you do it. You might hurt, you might feel stuff, you might hear stuff in that up in here, and that's just fine. That's all part of the process. So you do that, and that's just for a minute. And you have to have this knee up quite a bit to make that connection here, okay? And then after a minute, you're gonna move to the next spot over, and you're gonna go just to the bottom of the calf muscle, above the joint. You don't wanna get the ankle joint in there, okay? So the bottom of that calf muscle, lean back, and you do this 2 minutes, no more than 3. After 3, you don't get any benefit after 2 minutes, although it might feel good. And after 3, I start to think it starts to become maybe dangerous. And this is what I was told. No more than 3 and do 2. And so that's what I've always stayed with. Okay, and so after doing that for this period of time, down there at the lower part of that calf muscle, you get yourself a new piece of blanket and put it just below the knee at the top of that calf. So it's 3 below the knee, and then there will be 3 above the knee. And I keep my foot up because it's below the knee, and lay back. Another 2 to 3 minutes. It's great if you can sit and do the yogi breath in through the nose, out through the nose, as it helps you listen inward to the body. Okay, so let's say that's 2 minutes. So that part of my leg, I can really feel that rope. I don't know if you can see that in my leg, but I feel like I have that rope in there under my muscle, and I can feel some stuff going on. But we're gonna say that's 2 minutes. But you see how that blanket gets worn out, and it starts to take that. The wool is the best because it is so the best at taking negative ions out of the body. Okay, now I'm gonna go above the knee, and since I'm above the knee, I can place my foot on the ground, lean back into the wall, and continue on. The same sequence. 2, no more than 3 minutes. Okay, so let's say that's been the 2 minutes. We go now as close up as I can to the top of my hamstring without lifting my butt off the ground. My butt is still on the ground, but it's as far up into that hamstring as I can go. And then it's the same thing. Wash on, wash off. 2 minutes, no more than 3. And that feels really, feels really invasive on that. I can feel that bicycle. Okay, so let's say I did that for that 2 minutes. I guess I need some work on that area. Then the last one, this is very invasive, and I say no more than 1 minute here. And you get half that cheek right on there. And you definitely lean back into that wall, and it's right. You have to get that whole cheek on there, and lean back. And definitely only a minute here because you are partly in that joint, but you want to get that butt down, and there's some stuff that happens on that, those three glutes of yours. So it's nice if you can be there for a minute doing that wash on, wash off. And then that's complete, and then you do the same, you re-roll your blanket and you do the other leg.